Oh, doesn't. Sounds a little broken to me.
Is it supposed to sound like that?
How does it sound like?
It's all choppy.
Broken.
Oh, it's probably
Broken.
Discord's stupid thing.
Oh, that might just be it.
Yeah, the like auto volume leveling crap. Which I thought I turned off, but I don't know what Nitro does. Breaks things,
Does anybody?
right? So yeah. Hi guys, how's it going?
Good.
Howdy, howdy.
Well, welcome to
Welcome.
the show.
Yeah, to the 8-bit show. We have 8 bits to share with you.
No more, no
No
less.
less.
Bit number 1.
No, it's just become a listicle. And at number 10.
Number 13.
So yeah, how you guys doing this week?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good. Just hanging out. Chilling.
That's good, that's
Uh,
good.
Yeah, doing the normal stuff.
Exciting
always-
things?
I always do. Just try and take over the world.
Oh yeah.
Just normal things.
Oh, okay.
You don't.
Did you?
Does that not? Not everybody in on that.
I mean, I guess that's your normal things, then that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You live your best life.
I just didn't know.
I am.
I didn't know we were doing world domination.
Why not?
I don't know, man. Like the world's kind of jacked up right now. I don't know if I would want to run it.
Well, that's why
No,
that's why it needs to
no.
be done. It's not like that he really wants to, you know?
Responsibility for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone has to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That is a good point. I didn't think about somebody having to.
Someone's got to do it. And if someone's got to do it.
Well, thank God a hero has stepped up.
Yeah, I'm brave. Very brave.
Our hero.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh,
Yeah.
How's the build coming?
I just started. I did not play any Minecraft this week.
You
I was
took
doing other stuff.
you took away the chairs.
Well, yeah, this was done last week. Because I want to do different chairs.
Oh yeah. I remember now. I remember. It's okay. Building's coming along. I mean, it
It's
looks better
going.
than anything that I've built, which I decided I didn't like the mountain I was building in, so I picked the neighboring
Did you-
mountain.
Did you move?
I did.
At some point, I'm going to have to, although it should be kind of fun, I'm going to have to go out into like the wild beyond
Yeah.
to take up a spot. I think I'm going to try and make some custom.
Custom what now?
Like custom maps.
Oh, for
Oh.
like pictures and stuff.
Make like design maps.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So I can make some pictures. What I want to do is, I mean, down in the little like lobby area that I have at this building, you could. I have like the idea of like a pinball machine, but it'd be really nice to be able to put like a
Oh.
high score map that says like high score and all that, and then like even make like a little like 2-part map that looks like a
Like a pinball machine.
pinball machine.
You gotta have
I
an
I-
obligatory
I'm-
Terminator pinball machine.
I'm into that idea just because I've been playing pinball lately.
Well, that's
I mean,
true.
Pinball's
Yeah.
great.
Pinball is always.
When I went up to Denver to go visit my brother, they have a bar up there. I forget what it's called, but there's just tons of video games, tons of pinball machines.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you just order your beer and walk around and play some games. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
That is cool.
We did not get to play the Lord of the Rings one, unfortunately. That was always commandeered by somebody else. So
I had one for my phone at one point. It was part of the. I had like a few of the Zen Pinball, which is a pretty big company when it came to the pinball, at least on cell phones.
Yeah, they're pretty big on in the pinball game.
Yeah, they always have like their program is like free, and it has a couple tables or whatever, but you can buy like a bunch.
Yeah, you can buy different tables. Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
And I had a Fallout table.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty cool.
Did it have like actually, complete like missions in there and everything?
It was actually a whole part of a whole Bethesda pack. So it came with 3 tables. It had a Fallout, a Skyrim, and a Doom table. And they all had like little special things. So the Fallout one was pretty cool because you had like a wanderer that kind of stood on your board and you leveled him up and it would actually progress with you through different boards. The Skyrim one had like whole like little quest things that you had to go complete, and occasionally a dragon would come and you'd have to fight it.
Yes, I approve of that
The
one.
Doom one was just like balls to the wall and really like fast.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool pinball board.
Nice, I approve of that.
Set.
Well, who wants to go first on what we've been playing?
This weekend recap.
Yeah.
I can go, I guess.
You don't have to.
Whatever.
Who wants to the least? Raise your hand now.
I don't have any problems about doing it now or later.
I gotta remember everything I played this week.
I've kind of been on a kick this week myself. We actually have taken a bit of a break on the Baldur's Gate, although I do want to get back to that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, just been kind of taking it easy on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We went pretty hard. We went pretty hard.
Yeah.
I didn't go hard. I've gone harder on games. We put like a part-time job's worth of hours into it. We're doing like 20 hours a week on it, but we did do that for 3 weeks straight.
But I also did play a little bit by myself, so maybe that also came into play.
I mean,
so did you start doing so?
Did you play some?
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like you're a little burnt out on it, or is it just like you just kind of setting it aside for a minute?
Just setting it aside for a minute. I definitely want to get back. I think I would like us to wait for the next patch, because apparently the next patch is another like really healthy big patch and fixes a lot of.
I mean, that is kind of the other problem we've run into with the game is Act 1 was, since it was in beta test for 2 years,
very well
in early access, super polished, but then things start to fall apart once you get out of Act 1. Act 2 starts getting a little buggy. Act 2 is mostly fine.
Right. Yeah, Act 2 is all right, but
it's very workable. But Act 3's been kind of a mess. I did figure out how to get our characters to stop wearing their camp clothes.
That's good. It's just been like, there's been a number of bugs, and its performance issues are a little rough. And the next patch, they claim, they just actually put out a thing today saying that it's gonna like another big healthy patch, and most of it is fixes for Act 3. This isn't actually to be too unexpected.
Yeah.
With at least the developers.
It was the same way with Divinity Original Sin 2, their previous game. But it should get a lot better.
Mm-hmm,
and it's already great.
Yeah, it's fun. So I think just putting off till then. And apparently too, they're starting to listen to like some of the requests that have come, and including in this next patch, they're trying to expand the companions like epilogues. People were complaining about a bit for those who have finished the game.
Oh, like they're adding more of them?
Probably just a little bit more to it. Explaining.
Okay.
Not more companions, just like just more, like a more story for them.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is cool, and we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited to play more. So that playing that or not playing that hasn't been like I'm burnt out or anything. Just also wanted to play some other stuff. I got into a kick of trying to tackle some backlog games.
Oh, what are you tackling?
So
how far back?
Not too far back. I was going after games that like we haven't actually brought up in the podcast ever or anything. Some of them are just from like the pandemic when I was getting games like left and right and just got a bunch. One of them is Moonlighter, which you play a little shopkeeper who you run like a little adventure shop, and at night you go and run dungeons, and all the things that you collect in the dungeons you bring back to your shop to sell.
Oh, I think you told me about this. I think when you picked it up, you might have told me about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's on. I think I first played it on Xbox. It's on Game Pass. I ended up picking it up in like a bundle of roguelike games. So I was trying to tackle it on some Steam. I never got to finish it through Xbox Game Pass, so just kind of playing that. That's been a lot of fun. Made it through the first dungeon, onto the second, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Kind of like a Binding of Isaac feel.
Oh, okay.
Combat and stuff.
I haven't played that game in a minute. I don't think I ever beat Binding of Isaac, actually.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac is a really good roguelike, but
right.
Then I started playing Everspace 2.
Oh.
Which I know I've told you about because I really want you to play it.
Yeah, because it's supposed to. Is it that the one that's Descent-like? That you were telling me about?
Yeah, the best way to describe it would be like if Descent was an RPG. It's pretty cool. There's like a pretty cool little like story going on, dealing with like space pirates and stuff. But you have different like ships you can end up getting, different weapons and different attachments for those ships, better shields that you can constantly upgrade. Just like any good like RPG has their equipment, it has for your ships. The leveling up mechanic is pretty fun. Normally leveling up is just a straight static boost, but throughout like exploration of the game you'll find like little data discs. If you can collect enough of them, you can like put a permanent boost on your ship of like your power or shields or whatever. You can kind of choose.
That's cool.
It's just, yeah, it's basically Descent with like RPG mechanics. You travel over, you have like different sections of the galaxy you can transport to. And each section has like an explorable area. The controls are a little funky. And takes a little bit of time to get used to. I would definitely say it has better controls with a controller than a keyboard.
That's how I feel about Descent. You know, I kind of have to play those games with a controller or joystick.
Right. It's just something about that makes it a little bit easier. The flying around.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, yeah, having an analog stick for your movement rather than just, you know, move or not move. You can kind of set the speed at which you move.
Yeah. That's.
Well, that's how I felt about No Man's Sky. Also, you know, when you're piloting around, it's just, I just like the controls so much better on a controller.
I like to switch to a controller for for piloting, and then use keyboard and mouse for out at the ship.
See, I thought about doing that, and I was like, that seems like a lot of work, though.
You just have the controller plugged in, pick it up.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know,
I actually think
I'm lazy.
I think No Man's Sky actually handled the mouse controls All right, so for the ship combat and stuff in that game, I don't think the mouse controls are too bad at all.
They're pretty comfortable, yeah.
Yeah.
The fly-by-wire
might-
controls.
Yeah,
they're
you
pretty
might
good.
have to like adjust the sensitivity.
Yeah. I think
It
once
starts
I
off pretty sensitive.
once I messed around with some of the settings a bit, it was like, okay, this is more doable. But yeah, some games you just kind of want a controller.
Let's see. I started playing. You got me that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah. So how was that?
I've played put in a good like 12 hours into it. It's been pretty fun. I would say it definitely wears its influence on its sleeves. I wish it had a bit more as far as like tricks go, and ability to do a few more tricks. Just off of visuals, it can kind of. I've played enough at this point that it kind of gets visually boring a bit. Although not so much because of the different like you can basically say fuck physics and do a bunch of shit that just doesn't seem natural at all. But it is a lot. I've had a great time playing it. The story's like pretty ridiculous. Like right away, you're like this guy. You're like first stage in the like tutorial, and you're like going through it no problem. All the way up until like it does a cutscene and your head gets chopped off.
Oh, that's rude.
So your main character gets decapitated. You end up getting it replaced with like a robot head. And there's like a little bit of commentary on like, you know, just change the person. Not too much. It's pretty loose on that, but the idea is there.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get this Cyberhead, and then through like some of the story and stuff, you have like these weird like flashbacks happening to your main character. They're constantly getting like at the end of every like stage, you get like these weird like mental stages that kind of remind me a little bit of Psychonauts. And the stages in that.
Like, what do you mean mental stages?
Where you're like inside your head.
Oh, okay. I see.
And that's what I mean by like the Psychonauts thing, where you're like in someone's head. So like the look of the place is like inverted and turned around and kind of scattered around. Which I think they did a good job with. Seems good.
Yeah. Sounds interesting.
I think I'm fairly close to the end of it. Overall, I would say it's pretty good. If you're a fan of like that style game back in the day, you'd probably enjoy it.
How many hours have you put into it?
Like 12.
Yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell how far I am. One of the complaints I do have is that the text isn't the easiest thing to read.
Is it like stylized weird or?
Yeah, it's just kind of stylized weird, and my brain has a hard time processing.
Fair enough.
I don't think that's necessarily on that.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it or?
Yeah. I've pretty much watched the new episode of Futurama that came out Monday.
Oh yeah.
And then I rewatched Evolution, the 2001
With David
movie
Duchovny?
With David Duchovny.
Jeez, wow. What made you pick that up?
Well, no reason really. I downloaded it a while back, just because I was going through and downloading some movies that I fondly remember,
Mm-hmm.
and that just happened to be one of the movies I did.
Wow.
That was about it, though. On my week.
Okay. Andrew, you want to go next?
Yeah, been pretty busy gaming week. Mostly like little games, and a lot of little games. Yeah, Xenotilt came out on the pinball subject.
Mm-hmm.
New pinball game from the makers of Demon Tilt. Now there's Xenotilt. Super fun. A little bit different than the Zen pinball. It's got pretty crazy stuff going on.
Like how so?
Yeah.
There's just a lot going on. You have like guns and stuff. The board has 3 tiers on it with flippers on every tier.
Dang,
Multi
so it's
balls, perks you can unlock. Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
It's crazy. If you ever played Demon Tilt, it's pretty much just another one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Except with guns now. There's guns. Just like regular pinball.
They're pretty cool. They're kind of like taking the like old pinball game that came on Windows.
Space Cadet.
Space Cadet, yeah.
They're like taking that to like the next level. It's pretty
Yeah,
much-
it's like a
it.
super good Space Cadet. Yeah,
that's like their theme of things they like to do.
and I played the shit out of Space Cadet, so I'm all about Xenotilt. I was all about Demon Tilt. Those games are great. They're really frustrating too. Sometimes you just get like wrecked. Although I'm learning how to play this game better. It's there's just a lot of there's a lot too, because you can tilt it. Oh, the game's called Tilt, so you can tilt the pinball table.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty key. Learning how to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. It's got the little like pendant that's like hanging in the box.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, tell you
Yeah.
like how hard you're pushing on the table.
Yeah.
If you hit the sides too hard, you'll initiate the tilt at like a normal.
Yeah, it'll lock you out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see, and I got Armor Core 6, the new From Software game that is not a Dark Souls game.
Mm-hmm.
Refreshing. It's pretty fun. It's still like, it's not Dark Souls at all, but it is still a very difficult game. I'm liking that.
Like on a scale of 1 to Dark Souls. How difficult?
I don't know. I guess in different ways, it has got like the same difficulty as Dark Souls. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Dark Souls games.
I'd say they're pretty close. Like
they are kind of close in terms of
just-
difficulty, and close in like how you overcome that difficulty.
Yeah, I think it's just a different like style of play. I think
Yeah.
Armored Core
Okay.
has always been a bit quicker.
It's a lot more frenetic, just like kind of running around, a lot of stuff blowing up. You have, you gotta work in a whole 3-dimensional environment. You go fly up in the air and stuff.
You don't really have iframes to protect.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, you
That's
don't have
probably gonna be
iframes. You gotta lead your dodges. You can't dodge into attacks or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it, that's probably a big thing that people who are coming just because they're aware of From Software might struggle with, is that it does not work. Like
There's no like parrying the enemy's missile attacks or anything. You just gotta like dodge that stuff or block it. There's some like blocking options.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's super fun game. It's tough, but it's not so tough that it's that it's like, okay, I can't beat this, or it's impossible. It's just stuff like, okay, well, I can get past this. I just gotta, like, a combination of skill and figuring out what build works best for fighting bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah.
very cinematic though. Very like big bombastic boss battles.
It definitely does have some of the Souls feel though, with its like first boss being kind
Oh
of
yeah, before you even get like start getting the tutorials for the game, your like first little intro mission dumps this really difficult boss on you. So that's I mean, I guess that's kind of a From Software thing. Didn't stop doing that for this game.
Yeah, they did not hesitate on the what do they call it? The filter.
Oh yeah, the skill filter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one I had to get good on. I assumed at first I was just supposed to die to it or something because it just kicked my ass. It's like, oh crap, I gotta actually beat this guy. All right, I'll get good.
Do
And I
games do
got
that a whole
good.
lot anymore, where you have to die on the first boss? I haven't had that happen in a while.
I don't know. I really haven't had that happen. It doesn't really happen in.
Yeah, that's more of like a JRPG thing. Yeah.
I don't know what happens in the first. What happens in Demon Souls, the
Mm-hmm.
precursor to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You die to the tutorial boss, and that introduces the concept of like spawning again. Although I'm sure there's sweaties that can beat that boss in the tutorial, but you're not intended to.
Yeah. Oh my god, they're all attacking me.
And I picked up today. I picked up Halls of Torment. That's like a Vampire Survivors clone, which I was playing last week, but it's pretty fun.
More so than Survivors, or
It's different. It scratches the same like brain itch though. It's
Mhm.
still like a bunch of different upgrades and abilities and stuff to unlock. So yeah, I mean, like, I guess core gameplay loop's the same, but the flavor is different enough that it's fun, and there are some different mechanics in it.
Mhm.
But I mean, it is pretty much just a Vampire Survivors clone, although a good one.
That's good. That's good. I mean, it looked really good from how many times I stopped playing Minecraft to watch your stream last week.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm playing Halls of Torment on here right now.
Yeah.
Well, I did forget to mention that we got Andrew got for me was Whisker Squadron
Oh
Survivor.
yeah, Whisker Squadron Survivors.
Mm-hmm.
The Star Fox game that I had mentioned last week.
Mm-hmm.
That is
That one's
like,
fun.
super fun. I've been really enjoying it.
Is it very Star Foxy?
Yeah, it definitely is early access, so it does not have a lot yet, which can be a bit of a downside.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it kind of controls a lot like Star Fox, and then like you can have one of the bomb choices is almost exactly like the bombs in
In Star Fox?
in Star Fox, the like big explosion radius.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exactly how I play it.
Did you play that last Star Fox game?
I played the one on the Wii U.
I think Ashley
Is
actually
that the one that you're referring to?
No, the one on the Switch. I think Ashley got it for me, and I actually never played it. I think it was on Switch. Was it on the Wii U? No, I don't know.
The one on the Wii U was kind of interesting because you use the Wii U pad.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? I guess Andrew, do you have anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I finished season 1 and season 2 of Miracle Workers. Watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. Yeah, first season was fun. Second season was it's a bit of an anthology show, so second season was completely different. I didn't know this, but then they were in like medieval times. Well, that season was fun too. And the next one is Oregon Trail, and they're going to be on the Oregon Trail.
Oh.
And then I think the one after that's like a post-apocalyptic thing. That's
cool.
the season that's on right now. But that one's kind of a fun show. It's not bad, pretty entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's probably it. And then a bunch of dumb stuff on YouTube. That's what I watched.
I'm right there with you. I still watch Simon Dan doing his flat Earth debunkings.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You know, it's just interesting to hear like what some of the ideas that these people come up with. It's like, okay.
Oh, some of it is just such hard copium. It's like, man, you're wrong. It's okay to be wrong, but you're wrong.
Well, I think it's really interesting, like trying to get into their mindset and like, oh, well, this makes sense because of, you know, X, Y, and Z. And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I think distrusting government is a healthy thing.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm all about. I typically like conspiracy theories. In fact, most of them I think are rather fun.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a level to it with the people that Simon Dan covers. It's just like, okay. You just have to blink really hard a few times to let it process.
It's too much. Like it's some of it's, you know, I like conspiracy theories. One of my personal favorite is the Hollow Earth, just because it's fun. It's a fun theory.
That one's a fun one, yeah.
That's pretty hot. That's it. When you lead it down all of its trails, no one's really being like, no one's hiding it. It's not
I don't know.
Big government secret that's being kept. Although sometimes
I've heard of it being a government secret.
They can cross. They can cross. Trust me, all of them do.
Like one of the ones that I heard was like, because it's like lizard people, right? It's in cahoots with the government, so.
Well, that becomes a whole different thing. No, see, when I was first introduced to flat Earth, it was like a theory.
Yeah, like
at some point, somewhere on the Earth is a way to get into this spot, but no one's really discovered that area. Assumed to be in Antarctica, covered in ice, to kind of seal it away.
Yeah,
and that was like the original theory I heard, and I thought that was like, that's very clever. That gives like inspiration for like questions. It doesn't just shut it off.
Yeah, well, I think the unfortunate part about a lot of these conspiracy theories is that the ones that are, you know, not rooted in anything that's anyways scientific, or even just like, I don't know, things that are just rooted in ridiculousness. I think to justify any of it, you have to start going down these really weird paths.
That's where most of it ends up getting like, that's where the flat Earth got really kind of gross.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, video game wise, I've really only played Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, it's taken up all my time. Yeah.
There's nothing there that actually convinces me that you're not doing anything abnormal. I feel safe with you now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, like even exploring the same parts, just the differences that are there are enough to still get me excited. I know a lot of people complain about the world feeling empty, and I didn't really feel that way about Breath of the Wild, but it definitely feels a lot more full now. Like there's just more going on.
See,
overall.
I kind of had that feeling with Breath of the Wild, but I was okay with it because first off, it was gorgeous, and it was fun to roll around. This one is like totally different. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like it was empty at all. Every time I that game is like my ADD's worst nightmare.
Right. I know. I can't even remember what I was doing, but I was just trying to get to a different area, I think, and I got sidetracked so many different ways. Like 5 sidetracks in, I was like, all right, now what the hell was I doing?
I was in the middle of something.
But yeah, it's
it's all the way on
it's
the other
great.
side of the map.
Right. You're like, no, I passed it way long ago. But yeah, I think again, like a lot of people's complaints didn't really bother me about the first game. But that being said, I feel like when people, who particularly didn't even like the first game, were saying how much that they like Tears of the Kingdom, having now played it, it's one of those things where, yeah, they made improvements to everything. It's one of those things where I felt like it was like Breath of the Wild was such a perfect game for me. And
they just took my least favorite parts, and even though they didn't take them out, like the weapon degradation, they didn't take out weapon degradation, but because of the new fusion thing, it all of a sudden became like okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was changing weapons all the time, and I was having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
You beat people down with a skeleton arm attached to a skeleton arm, holding like they're doing a fucking shaking of the hands.
Right.
This is some of the funnest shit you can do.
Oh yeah.
Now we're video gaming.
Yeah, that's such a great option to do. Once I killed a few of the skeleton baddies, I did that right away after both you and Ashley talked about it. It's just really fun, just get to smack them with our own hands. It's good stuff.
Or make their hands hold their hands and smack them.
Exactly.
It's a pretty high damage, although very delicate instrument.
Right. Yeah.
Like you kill one thing.
You get one swing combo out of that. You get 1, 2, 3 out of that.
But you will do a fair amount of damage, so it's worth it.
I think Tears of the Kingdom is a lot better than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And again, I think that's really something to speak to because I felt like Breath of the Wild was such a great game.
It was already my favorite Zelda game. This one surpassed it.
The thing is, if I had difficulty feeling whether Breath of the Wild was my favorite Zelda game, it was definitely up there. But Tears of the Kingdom, yeah.
So I quickly labeled it one of my favorite ones, and I think one of the biggest reasons is because of how closely it fits with why the game was created and where the influence came from. Right, Miyamoto was like, I did this because I liked playing adventures in my backyard.
Yeah.
And that imagination, and it truly feels like that. Like you have that freedom to just kind of go anywhere. It kind of has that sense. Breath of the Wild had that sense as well.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I'm it's one of those things too where it's like you're kind of wary about any game franchise becoming like an open world game now because it feels overdone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they nailed it with this. It was a perfect time to do it. They had the right ideas. So yeah, I can't wait to see if they're gonna bring DLC to it too. Like, I don't know. It feels like Nintendo's definitely ramping up what they do for DLC.
I hope they do. Not that I know if the game really needs any, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I mean, it would just be cool. Even if it's, whether it's just a side story or, hey, you're going to give me bonus stuff or whatever it might be. I don't think there's anything that needs to be there. But it would be it would be cool to see what other ideas that maybe couldn't have been done for the game proper in time that maybe could now make it in, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was already like I said the same thing about Breath of the Wild. I didn't think Breath of the Wild needed DLC, but I didn't think that their DLC was bad either. So
Yeah, no, I like the extra missions and getting
I like that
the
they
additional
actually added-
updates.
like they gave us all the things. Like some of the DLC is already added into Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
Like the Sensor Plus.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so for me, that's all I've been playing really. Breath of the Wild. I'm trying to think. It was a busy week, so I didn't even really get to watch any TV or movies. Really. Yeah, no, that's it for me.
Sweet.
Yep. I really want to get back to Pikmin though. Like every time I start playing Zelda, I'm like, I should play Pikmin. A little more
Hey, we
Zelda
playing
first though.
I could be playing Pikmin.
It's
That's
really
nice.
fun. It is the best Pikmin by far. I
It
will
looks
say.
great.
So
It looks gorgeous.
I'm gonna try to find some time to tackle a bit more of that. Because I do want to finish it because there are some upcoming games that I want to get into as well. So we're not far off from Mortal Kombat.
Not far off of Mortal Kombat.
And I'm
you see
addicted.
The new like Lord of the Rings game. Return to Moria.
Oh,
That's coming out like October, I think.
next month.
That's in October.
maybe.
I was checking earlier today.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
I've been seeing a lot of articles about it recently too, which brought it into my memory.
Well, I don't know. They haven't had a good streak of of games, so
Lord of the Rings games?
yeah. Like, didn't you hear about the Gollum game?
Well, yeah. Okay, Gollum was bad.
And then the one that came out before that, I can't remember what it was, but it got pretty bad reviews too.
I mean, Shadow of
Yeah, no, those are good.
Shadow of War had its like thing at the beginning because they tried to do a loot box thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. Let me see if I can figure out what
I don't remember. I don't know. This one looks fun though. Kind of a survival rebuild the mines of Moria.
Mm-hmm.
That could be fun. It looks pretty cool.
Was it? No, I can't remember what it was. Oh, these are ones based on the films. Actually, I never played the old PlayStation games.
I used to have one that was for my Advance, my Game Boy Advance,
Mm-hmm.
and I played it all the time. I loved the thing. I beat it like 7 or 8 times. It was super easy to beat. It was kind of like an action RPG Diablo-like type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Be different characters through different stages and stuff.
Yeah, this was
It
it.
kind of went through like all 3 stories like really quickly.
Lord of the Rings: Journeys in Middle Earth. I don't know. All I know is that people didn't like it.
Okay, well, I mean, Shadow of War was great. I get Gollum didn't do good.
That's the thing though, is that I was disappointed in Gollum because I wanted that to be a good game. It sounded like it could have been, you know?
Yeah. 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 It could have been a good game, probably, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
We move on to the next game. My point is, I don't think that's necessarily any reason to like judge any of these.
Oh no, I'm not.
Any of like the newer ones that come out because the last one didn't do.
I'm just
well.
not going to get my hopes up again. Basically, what I'm saying right now. But
I
we'll
think
see.
that's fair.
I mean, it is a different publisher and developer and everything. So
Kind of a different game too.
I
yeah.
watched this YouTube video last night. Someone was playing Shadow of War, but they weren't winning. In fact, the only thing that they were really doing was following the orcs, and like the ones that like succeed up the train, up the Nemesis ladder, and would even die to them. He said he died like 100+ times to help kind of rank up some of them.
Oh,
or
okay.
one would kill him and he'd let that go.
Mm-hmm.
But he wouldn't try and win. Like, anyways, he'd let goblins kill him. If they caught him and got him, he wouldn't do any of the quick time events to stop deaths or anything.
Oh.
So he just kept like following the orcs around and made like a full like 20-minute video just following these orcs and their climbs to ranks and what it's like to be in the life of an orc in the Shadow of War series. It was a pretty great video. I wish I could remember the name of the channel. Maybe I can find it on my history list. I'll look that up.
You know, because I watch speed running videos. I think that's why I got suggested this whole like deep dive into Wave Race 64.
Yeah,
the whole speedrunning community. Apparently, there's this guy that claimed for years that he had a better like a world record, basically, but like he really couldn't verify it until he found like a few years ago the VHS.
Oh shit.
He finally unearthed it, and like everybody was like, oh, it's legit. But like at this point it's already that record's already been broken, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like one of those weird level of vindication.
It might not like matter for like placing the charts anymore.
Yeah,
that might be, but it does matter because verifying your stuff, especially to the right, especially to that community specifically, being able to like verify that stuff is like a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if you've had this long time where you're like, I swear I've gotten this.
Right. Yeah, no, if you make claims like that and you don't ever verify them in any way, shape, or form,
I hold it true to this day that I think the speedrunning community in gaming is probably the like most wholesome and supportive community out of all gaming.
I think so, because even though like there are controversies, like there's bad apples that come about, but that's any place you go.
Cheating things,
yeah.
But I've never like watching that community is so cool because they just like fully support each other. They're like very competitive with each other, but at the same time, when one of them finds something out, they are so quick to share with everyone.
Oh yeah, right.
What
like
they just discovered.
Yeah, like finding out who can do it better, right? Like.
And now we got the Boba Skip.
Oh yeah, Boba Skip was great.
Boba Skip.
Kevin, I think it's called.
Anyway, I found the name of the YouTube channel, Games on Hard Mode.
Oh, I think I've heard of that YouTube channel. Oh shit!
Yeah, he says the name of the video is I died 100 times in Shadow of Mordor on purpose. It was a pretty good little video. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like people that can have fun with their games. Oh my god, they're coming for me again.
Anyway,
Christian, go to bed.
No.
No. Please. Oh god, save me.
I don't even have a bed near me. Slash.
Wait, you're not in. Oh. I wanted to get rid of these things, not fast forward, but okay, that works too.
Sorry. I don't have a bed right. I do have creative, but I don't. I'm in bed in the moment. I was also not on the game. Well, I guess on to newsy news.
Yeah, this is gonna be mostly you. Again, it's been a pretty busy week, so Let me see what I got.
All right. Well, I do have a little bit, so that's great. They just got a new trailer for the new Hellboy game.
Oh,
yeah, that looked pretty cool too. I saw that.
I did not hear about this.
Web of Word. Proper release. We got a proper release date, so it'll be come out in October. It looks pretty great. It's following the art style of the comic.
Yeah, it looks like exactly like the comic.
Yeah. In fact, from the thing, I was reading a thing on it. I think from PC Gamer. The artist helped a lot with the game. Lance Reddick. Before he passed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it stars Lance Reddick as the voice of Hellboy for you.
Okay.
Mike Mignola is the creator, but he helped using the stories from the comic.
That one's supposed to be a roguelike, right?
Yeah, it kind of looks like Hades. More, I don't know. It looks really cool. It kind of looks like Devil May Cry with comic book and
Yeah.
roguelike elements.
I watched the trailer
wow.
for it, but yeah, the game looks great. As far as it looking like the comic, the game looks great.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It has a. Did you say Mad World?
No, I didn't use the Mad World, but yeah.
Yeah, it has a Mad World kind of vibe to it when it comes to the art direction for sure. Which, yeah,
it checks out. Phasmophobia is coming out on consoles soon.
Ooh.
But it got delayed. It was supposed to come out, I think, this month. Yeah, it was supposed to come out at the end of this month, but it got delayed until October. Because of a fire incident.
That's right. I heard about that.
At Kinetic Games.
That sucks.
Apparently everything is okay.
Yeah.
It's just a delay. But they're using it to fine tune the port. Not that I've played Phasmophobia, but I've always kind of been interested in it.
I've watched people play, and it looks great. I
kind of want us to play because it reminds me a lot of like when you and me and Baka and everyone went like
do the
ridiculous shit like that.
Yeah.
Ghost hunting.
Yeah.
So it kind of
crawling through some tunnels.
Crawling through tunnels and hanging up on the mountains trying to find floating lanterns.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. But that kind of looks like it fits that niche. I just never popped on it. Gotten anyone else to get it. But I've always been interested in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down to play it sometime, for sure. I'll have to do that. One bit that I have is, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's that chess cheating scandal where there was accusations of vibrating anal beads.
Oh yeah, I did hear about this.
Yes.
I forgot about
how would you use those? My question is, how do you use those to cheat? Second of all, is that cheating if you just have them up there?
It's a performance enhancer, yes.
That's a performance enhancer?
It could be.
Yeah. That would be distracting to me.
You're using it wrong then.
No, so the idea was that you could use anal beads to send a message to somebody without anybody else knowing.
Which, like one of those like Bluetooth
like
ones where you could say yes or no, vibrate once for yes, vibrate twice for no.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you come up with like some way to do that, I don't know. Anyways,
or more just like recommended moves.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what it would be like, figuring out, some some weird Morse code, I guess, for the letters and numbers.
Like C4 or something.
Yeah.
Like the movement board.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is it called? What kind of graph is that called?
A grid?
Yeah, there's like a specific type. It's called like a specific type of grid when they use the letter and number
Oh,
scheme in
Oh.
chess.
yeah.
It's called like
Um,
something specific in chess.
Yeah. I
I
know.
only use that in Battleship.
Stop my battleship.
So the news is that the two people
It was
along
all
with
true?
chess.com, no, I guess they've settled. They've come to a settlement over it.
Okay.
So we're never going to find out exactly what happened.
That's always how it goes.
Yeah, but it sounds like what the settlement was for is basically the person who was accused, he was suing for like defamatory comments. So what that pretty much means is that yes, that didn't actually happen, or at least there's no evidence of it happening. So yeah, hopefully no other weird scandal will come about for chess.
That's a unique one too. I'll
Yeah.
say that's like, in a sense, they should win big because that is like some unique forms of cheating. You know,
Mhm.
it's like taking it above and beyond. I approve.
Well, I mean, it's just weird because I mean, these are I mean, I don't really know who Neiman is. Like, I don't know the names. I don't know a lot of like current chess grandmasters or whatever, but I know Magnus, the other guy that was playing in there, but I'm pretty sure Neiman's another grandmaster, and it's like, does he need somebody to cheat for him? I don't know.
But there's been like a number of cheating scandals recently within chess within the last few years. Because I think it was like last year one of like the big guys got caught like cheating somehow or got called out for cheating and nothing's come of it yet or something. They were investigating. I didn't look into it too much, but I have seen like a number of headlines in the last few years.
Yeah, it's weird. You have another one?
I brought the game room back. The game room is back in up.
Ooh. Yeah, I like game rooms.
Yeah, I have one more thing.
One more news.
One more news. Starfield leaker. There was a bunch of leaks that came out recently.
Oh yeah.
And it came out that a bunch of copies were stolen. It was like 67 copies of Starfield were stolen.
Jeez.
And the guy is an idiot. He put like 45 minutes of gameplay up, which led to a whole bunch of controversy for Bethesda. Although I don't get some of it. Some people are mad that you can't walk all the way around a planet in Starfield. And all I have to say to that is go play No Man's Sky. Come on now. Like Starfield is already so close to No Man's Sky that all you're asking for is for No Man's Sky. And it seems like the places are plenty big, and we still don't have like the full story on that. So I think people should just probably calm down.
Yeah, agreed.
That I hope it's not too big. I kind of hope for something more along the lines of Outer Worlds, where it was more area based. Where it was kind of open, but also every area wasn't like massive.
Well, I mean, what I'm really hoping for is that there's going to be some really good lore on there, because I think that's what's been the best part about the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls.
I hope to see something good, and like I said, always excited to see new IP, and I hope it does something for Bethesda, because I think they had a point on not wanting to be the studio that just Elder Scrolls Fallout, Elder Scrolls Fallout, Elder Scrolls Fallout,
right,
again and again, year after one after the other.
Yeah, plus that's probably annoying of like, oh, when's the next one coming out? You know, just constantly.
Todd Howard has mentioned that this will probably be his last Elder Scrolls game. In fact, we could probably be assured of that. But anyways, back to the
most people will be dead before like ESO 7 comes out. So.
Yeah,
like So
Maybe
that's
our
like also
grandchildren will
that's
have
also
to
the
do that.
thing. He didn't say like he's retiring right after. He just said it's his last Elder Scrolls, and as we know, it takes like 10 years plus to produce another Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
So that's not really that
If you're
surprising.
lazy,
He's been with the company for a long time now.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
it's him retiring. It shouldn't be that big of a surprise.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, yeah, no. Back to the stolen information. Yeah, this gentleman has been arrested. Accorded value would be more if all copies are standard editions and retold at standard value, $4,600 worth of stuff, which means
Wow.
that's a felony. Definitely got in for a felony.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, the idiot also like posted videos of himself shipping out copies of the game.
Like, I don't understand how you can, like, it's one thing to do it, but then like
They
like, to
also had a
flaunt
stolen
it
gun on him when he got arrested.
Yeah, he also had a
What?
stolen gun. The guy was just a complete.
Or I think he had like a stolen gun in his house
Mm.
after he
Mhm.
got arrested. But
Yeah, he was also booked with the possession of marijuana, which
yeah, it's a weed too,
whatever.
which is illegal in the state he was in.
Well, that's probably what did it, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, led him
honestly,
to a life of crime.
Yeah, I think it was like Tennessee. They probably don't give a shit about the guns at all, but yeah, the weed,
Right, with weed.
stolen gun.
That's a devil's grass there.
Fucking plant.
I'm actually getting a fairly bit more excited for Starfield, and I really hope it does good. I really hope it is a fun game.
Yeah, I'm still excited for it.
I like Bethesda games, and I think it has some promise.
Yeah,
a lot of it looks like No Man's Sky, but it looks like No Man's Sky, but with like more of a narrative story, more like structure there, and a bit better on the combat side. What do you think of the game room?
I love it. I like the chairs. They're great.
Yeah, I thought we could. It'd be nice to be able to actually sit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we actually look like we're conversing at a table now.
Yeah, I was gonna use pigs, but this seemed a little less noisy than having a bunch of pigs.
That's true, and it actually like looks perfect. So
yeah, and they look nice.
Yeah,
they look nice.
The last bit of news that I have is PlayStation Portal. This wonderful device. It's going to launch at $199.
The thing that you like need a PlayStation to use?
Yes.
It's like it's kind of their answer to the Switch, right? Like that's their whole.
I mean, I don't think it's the answer to the Switch. I think this is going to be good for people who really want to be able to have a second screen to play their games on, like if family members are going to be hogging up the TV or whatever. I think.
No, I fully support like having something. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it's a great option. I still think it's too expensive.
Yeah, maybe a bit on the pricey side for what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how well it'll do, but I don't think it's going to do nothing.
I mean, I still play my Switch like all the time in just like the handheld mode, but I've always been a big fan of handheld games anyways.
Yeah, if I wasn't becoming super old super quickly.
Yeah, if my hands didn't hurt all the time. I do often have to play with a controller because I can't.
Yeah.
I've actually been wanting to look into getting one of those. They have a few of them. I saw one they called like Next Cases or something like that.
Yeah.
They look really cool. They basically just kind of replace your Joy-Cons, but they have a whole like sleeve thing that kind of buffs out and plumps out the whole Switch unit itself.
And
They have one that looks like the Super Nintendo. I've been seeing a bunch of stuff that looks all like retro Super Nintendo things.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just saw a keyboard design with the Super Nintendo thing, and I fucking want it.
I just got a mouse mat that's off of Amazon. It's a NES controller. It's
because I mean, I would show it if we had our cameras on, but I have the 8BitDo SN30 Pro, which is the Super Nintendo
one.
remake, and I like it, but it also kind of suffers from the same problem. Sometimes I have to bust out one of the other controllers, although not too bad. They did kind of plump it out a little bit, and it's not that bad.
Yeah,
better than the Joy-Cons. Holy shit, my hands hurt holding those things.
Oh, I cannot play with those. Like if it's Mario Party, I can, because that doesn't really require anything. But that's pretty much it.
Well, just like the Joy-Cons on the side, it's just they're so thin. It's it hurts my hands. Hurts my hands a lot.
Yeah, no bien.
But that's everybody's complaint. I saw a whole bunch that came up like a whole bunch in my feed when Tears of the Kingdom came out. Kept seeing a whole bunch of people. This one guy with like huge hands took like a TikTok. Oh, how the hell am I supposed to play this? He's like holding the Switch, and it looks like a normal cell phone in the dude's fucking hand. And it's got the Joy-Cons on it and everything. It just looks like a tiny little like normal phone. And he's like showing how he plays it. It's like resting on like the tips of his pinkies, like barely being held on. And he's like, yeah, it does not look comfortable. And I have small hands, and it's not comfortable for me.
That's one thing. I don't know, because obviously I haven't got my hands on one of these PlayStation Portals, but it does look like it would be a lot more comfortable than a Switch.
It does look more comfortable than
Yeah, I actually do like the way that it looks. Which I think is a pretty big compliment, because I usually do not like any of Sony's designs for anything.
Really? I don't think they look too bad. I thought the PS5 was a little funky.
I mean...
And it's definitely like...
I think the last...
Not practical at all.
Like the PlayStation 1 did not need any looks at all. Like you just had to sell me on the whatever, like what it did, which was great. PlayStation 2 I like the design of. Everything after that I have not until this.
That's fair. That's fair. Actually, I don't think
I
like the
and
PS4.
I don't think none of them are necessarily bad. They're just not. I didn't like them.
I think that I like the PS4. I think it had more of that PS2 like look to it though.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any deals though either. Let me double check.
Oh, there's a big. Not that I'm going to go through a bunch of it, but go check out Humble Bundle. Right now they're doing like end of summer sale. And there's like a whole bunch of titles, like really cheap. I think there was off the top of my head, I remember Valheim.
Oh,
Valheim for $40, or for like 40% off. Celeste is on that list. There's a whole bunch of good games on that list from their sale.
They do still have that Spaced Out bundle going on, which includes Outer Worlds.
That's true. But the end of summer sale, go check that out. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
If you're interested in good gaming deals. And they sometimes have deals on like...
I'm not seeing it on here. Did it already end?
No, I just saw the thing for today.
Oh, okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. 6 days left. You have a week. I'll have Subnautica on there. Maybe I should pick this up.
Subnautica is a pretty good game, although you can play it on that Game Pass.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't mind like throwing in for this and getting that along. There's a bunch of games in here that I wouldn't mind legit paying for.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's part of the reason I like Game Pass.
Yeah.
New games that I bought.
Try things out.
Outer Worlds. I got Game Pass originally to play Outer Worlds, and then I officially bought Outer Worlds because that game is awesome.
I think I bought Outer Worlds so that I could get the DLC because that was not part of Game Pass.
Yeah, that's mostly why I bought it. I bought like the special edition.
Yep.
Or not special edition one, but I saw one that was like on sale for like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yep, then we're gonna pick that up.
Well, it was a good thing that I did when I did it early because, from what I understand, like the DLC you couldn't go back and play. Somebody was telling me that. I don't remember who, but
Oh, you'd have to start a new game anyways.
yeah, they were saying that like
I mean, the game's not all that.
no, it's not very long. It's I think it's totally worth it. But I'm kind of glad that I did
It's
the way
a nice.
that I did.
It's a good replayable game, I think.
Yeah, I
and
think I
the
want to play.
DLC. The DLC was like phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, shall we call it good?
Yeah, I think that's it for me. We've got nothing else.
Yeah.
I got, I just finished the lovely room here.
Mm-hmm.
Another room down. Another episode.
Indeed.
We're doing a room an episode.
I'm okay with that.
That's the new policy.
That's the new policy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nope, you said it.
Formula.
Yeah, you
Room an
Say that,
episode.
that's Sure.
Yeah. That's the title of this episode.
This will be when we locked it in.
Sweet.
No!
Well, of course, you guys can catch us here on the YouTubes every Tuesday at 7 Mountain Time. Otherwise, you can download our podcast in video or audio form at classicgamerbrain.com.
Just sign up for that feed, and then you can get it sent to you automatically.
Yeah, and the audio feeds, they're all good to go. You can get it on any of the major streaming services. There's also the RSS feed, so you can put that into your favorite podcast player if you'd like. Although I would appreciate it if you went through one of the major ones because they give us more stats that way.
That is better.
Yeah, it's better for us, but do you?
Yeah.
I should be able to get the video feed by next week. So that'll be coming, but yeah, other than that, everything else with the website's going good, so
Cool.
mm-hmm.
I should maybe figure out how to start the what was it, the old school replay thing that we were gonna do forever ago.
The what?
So, like playing old games, either that we haven't played or
Yeah. Right?
Or,
we should figure that out for sure. We will at some point.
we don't know.
We're
We're
trees.
trees. All right, bye.
Adios, bye.